creatures of the night? It's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. Now I know I said like 2 weeks ago that that was all the tapings from Arlington, and apparently not. I think this time is the last of the Arlington tapings. I am almost 100% sure. I did see the card earlier this morning, and I felt like I didn't see any of those matches, and then I realized no, this was still Arlington. Still a really great show. We had 2 hours of Ring of Honor, and it feels good to get a 2 hour show. For whatever reason, they keep showing that damn Grand Slam commercial like after every single match, which is just so annoying. I don't think anybody in Australia even have the fucking Honor Club. Let's get it together, Tony Khan. I don't know what's up with the commercials. It doesn't really make sense. We actually started off with the TV title on the line. We had Atlantis Jr. versus used to be Pretty Peter Avalon. And this was a really great match. Pretty Peter Avalon comes on every once in a while. And I think he's really entertaining. We don't really see enough of him, I don't think so. And it would be cool for him to be around a little bit more often. Atlantis Jr., baby, we happy that you actually showing up and defending the title, so I can't complain. Really great way to start off the show. Atlantis Jr., he ends up retaining by a frog splash. And y'all know I'm traumatized by frog splashes now. Ever since Atlantis Jr. beat Kyle Fletcher with 2 fucking frog splashes for the TV title, I have not been the same. I don't look at the frog splash as the same anymore. But he ends up taking the win, and rightfully so. I do like Atlantis Jr. However, there's no story, there's no feud with him. He's just, he's just coming on the show, here and there. And yes, he's putting in some work, but I don't think I've actually just watched Atlantis Jr. with this title and kind of just felt like, he's a Ring of Honor champion. There's no stories, there's no feud or anything. And we need to see more of that. And I think maybe the crowd can be a little bit more behind Atlantis Jr. After this, we had a emergency minion meeting. Billy Starks and Athena. Billy Starks pretty much came over there and drug our girl Athena just to tell her that no matter what she think Lexi is doing for her, it's not Lexi, it's her. And she's upset about it. And she's just like, hey, Lexi, everything that you congratulating her for, every time you think she's doing something for you, it's not her, it's me. And she keep getting all the credit about it. And she's like, aren't you watching the show? Aren't you getting aren't you seeing what's happening on the show? And Athena just almost flipped her shit because she was so upset, and she's just like, oh, you're jealous of Lexi. You're jealous because she's the minion number 1. She's my bestie and all these things. And I'm just like, well, damn, I don't know where they're going with this. But if it's going to be Athena versus Billy Starks again at Final Battle like they did last year, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't mind them having like issues within the group, but for them to have another match with each other a year later and possibly Billy Starks take the title from her, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Up next, we have ladies action. We have our girl Queen Aminata versus Harley Cameron. Queen Aminata ends up taking the win. I do have to say though, I think Harley Cameron looked much more comfortable with Queen Aminata in the ring. I've been feeling like I think a lot of people can see the inexperience when it comes to Harley in the ring. I do feel like she looks more comfortable with certain people in the ring. So I did enjoy this match. It was actually a lot longer than I expected it to be. And I thought she did a great job. If they keep working with her, especially in Ring of Honor, and just like refrain from actually having her have matches on like AEW, I think she'll have enough time to really get comfortable in the ring and figure out what it is that works out for her. And by the time she's ready to actually be on Dynamite or Rampage or Collision or whatever, and I think she will look much better. That match that she had with Nyla and the other matches she had with Jamie Hayter, I didn't think it was so good for her. But Queen Aminata was definitely a really great opponent for her, and they looked really, really great together. But our queen had to take the win. After this, Top Flight, Action Andretti, they go against some local talent in the ring. Layla Gray is just looking like $1,000,000 fucking bucks. This girl looks so good. What's new here? Top Flight, Action Andretti takes the win. And we're during the watch along, we're watching this, and I was just saying, like, they are so talented. They like everything that they do in the ring. There's so much confidence. You see the confidence. There's no second guessing. There's no nothing. Like, these guys are really confident with what they do, and in terms of what they do in the ring, I feel like there's nothing that should hold them back in this industry. However, when you really think about it, like, when do you actually hear from Top Flight and Action Andretti? You hardly hear their voices. I don't really remember what they sound like, to be honest with you. These guys, they can do singles action, they can do trios, they can do tag, a lot of combinations with this group. However, just not enough time to build these guys up. And people wondering why I was so mad about the whole tag team gauntlet match that they did yesterday, with them once again giving opportunities to Will Ospreay, when we had Top Flight that's been there for God knows how long. They've been putting in the work, and you see you see them on a weekly basis. Sometimes you see them twice a week putting in work on these shows, but they don't really have the opportunity to actually grow in the company. For real, that's how I see it in terms of them being on TV. So they need more time to show not just personality, but for them to actually be on the mic, so that when an opportunity like this, like a gauntlet match where tag teams happen again, they can actually take the win, and people would love to see them get an opportunity for a tag title. Great trios match, but we need more. We need more from Top Flight. After this, we do have the Outrunners with Erica Lee. That hair is teased, okay? Teased up. They are teaming up to go against some local talent. And it's one of those situations where, the Outrunners not too long ago was literally the enhancement talent, all these matches, and basically taking all the L's or whatever. And now here they are taking the W, and a quick one too. Not like squash, but it's kind of squash. I was so happy for them. We've been seeing a couple of wins here and there. Remember, they took their first win on AEW TV ever the other day. And people are really happy to see them. That pop that they got during that tag a gauntlet match, would I have given them the win? No. But I feel like the company should be recognizing that people love these guys. They seem goofy, they seem off the wall or whatever, but they are talented, and people like to see wrestling like this, something nostalgic. Like the Outrunners are absolutely amazing. After they win, they're celebrating. The Iron Savages came out of fucking nowhere and end up attacking the Outrunners. Now they're getting their ass whooped. Erica Lee can't do anything, so she's just watching with her hair teased up, can't do a damn thing. But then here comes the infantry. They come out, and they end up helping the Outrunners. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Outrunners in the infantry, they had a little beef a few months ago. They had this issues of the Outrunners taking their moves and using them in their matches, and just pretty much going back and forth and whatnot. And here they are actually kind of teaming up to get rid of the Iron Savages. And I have to say this, Boulder, them booty shorts, them Daisy Duke shorts she was wearing, baby, they don't fit. They don't fit. I don't know what that was, but baby, way too small for you. I don't know if they're gonna do like some type of feud with these guys. If that's the case, I'll take it. We need, like I said, we need a revival of tag teams and trios in this company. Ring of Honor, AEW, whatever situation is, give it to me. I want it. Up next, we had Robin Renegade versus Angelica Risk. Really, really great match. I love both of these girls. Probably the best women's match of the night, for sure. Robin, I love what we're seeing with her. And then every time I see Robin, I just keep thinking about Charlotte. Like, girl, what's going on? She's been injured for quite some time. We're always hoping for a speedy recovery, but she's been out for a long time. But I will say, Robin been holding it down for the Renegades. So I could really appreciate that. Robin has had some TV time on AEW, and I think she's doing really well in Ring of Honor. She ends up taking the win here, but a really great match for both ladies. And to be honest, they brought over that new title, the TV title for the women's. And to be honest, it just still kind of feels a little bit like as if there isn't two titles to go around for all the ladies in Ring of Honor. It still kind of feels like it's not much going on in terms of there being two division, like two, well, one women's division, but two titles within the division. It still feel like there's just like a handful of people that are just like in that title picture, and everyone else is just fucking there just to be there. Which is really, really interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We do have also the Righteous. They teaming up against some local talent as well. It was a lot of local talent in this match. The Righteous, man, I'm telling you, they have characters that I really, really wish that the company would play with. Very interesting characters, and honestly, I don't even really know what they are, but I always imagine them to be like crazy motherfuckers from an insane asylum, and I don't know, maybe they're recruiting people or whatever, something like that. I don't know. Whatever the situation is, we don't get a chance to actually see them in any story at all. Y'all saw them on the Gauntlet match, but I really appreciate that they got a chance to get some TV time on AEW. This is a badass tag team, and unfortunately, they just don't have the opportunities to really show that often. At least I think. They end up taking the win, but I really wish there was more that we can do with these teams. I don't know. While I do see improvement within Ring of Honor, especially these past few weeks, we need to do more. Stories, I think, needs to definitely be a priority. I got some characters. Let's push it up a notch. After this, we have a hell of a match with Sammy Guevara versus Arya Daivari. At first, Mark Sterling comes out with him and all the members of the Premier Athletes, and then Tommy Nese had the nerve to come out there with a fucking sweater zipped up. We don't want to see you in a sweater. Take that shit off. We want to see those abs. This match was so fucking phenomenal. And this is one of those times where I say, like, man, there's a lot of hidden gems in terms of, matches in Ring of Honor, current Ring of Honor, that, if you don't have the subscription and you're not watching, then you're missing out on really great matches. There's no feud would I say there's a feud? No, there is no feud. Not necessarily a feud, but everybody apparently hates the Premier Athlete except for me. Sammy Guevara, he is so talented. I know, like, there's something about him in the crowd that's a little tainted in terms of, how the crowd perceives him, but he's phenomenal. We also saw that with him against Ricochet last night too. I really did enjoy that match, but this match right here was so good. Arya Daivari, definitely one of the underrated wrestler, and damn, like, they tore the house down with this match. There was a few times where I'm just like, oh, you know what, Arya might fucking get the win. But Sammy ends up taking the win. To be honest with you, I love this. I really, really love this. I want more. Oh, so I forgot to mention that obviously the Premier Athletes, they come back, but this time they're in the match. Even Mark Sterling, he getting in there, he choking out Sammy Guevara, whatever. And as great as this match was, the interference wasn't needed, but it was still interesting to me how even with the interference and it kind of being like 4 on fucking 1, Sammy Guevara was still able to take the win. This is like so typical babyface shit, but definitely really, really good match. If y'all didn't see it, go ahead and check it out. After this, Lady Frost versus Promise Braxton. Lady Frost finally takes a win. Man, I can't tell you the last time I seen Lady Frost win a match. It's been so freaking long. She's so talented. I love Lady Frost, and sometimes I feel like she doesn't get enough recognition for what she does in the ring. But with this win, I felt like she looked really great. Promise Braxton, if you guys don't know her, she's a really great wrestler. Definitely up and coming. Who knows? Maybe she might go to AEW, WWE. Who knows? Definitely with a promising future. But man, Lady Frost needed this win after God knows how long. Definitely need to see her getting her hands on perhaps maybe even Athena and try to get that title. Now, speaking of a really, really great match, Exodus Prime versus Willie Mack. Holy shit, man, they tore it up. I love this. Now, at the taping, Exodus Prime being people was cheering for him, and he's supposed to be the heel in this match. So I remember him, like, trying to be really antagonizing towards the crowd to get them to boo him before Willie Mack got there, because he's obviously not supposed to be the babyface in this situation. This was so great. I really love the competitiveness between the two of them. Willie Mack, I always say, never get enough recognition. He's a big dude who wrestled like he's half his size. And man, the things that he does, I love that standing moonsault he does. That's normally his finisher. Even when he hit that and Exodus Prime's end up kicking out, I was just like, oh shit, well, it normally don't go this way. Man, so good. Exodus Prime, why isn't he like on the show more often? Like, Tony Khan, what are we doing? I think he's super talented. This was a really fun match. Willie Mack, we haven't seen him in a minute in Ring of Honor. Or on, I think the last time I remember seeing him might have been on Collision, or it could have been another Ring of Honor episode. Really great match here. Willie Mack ends up taking the win. We need to see more of Willie Mack. This guy is so talented. Exodus Prime, y'all can bring him on over to, man, this actually was a pretty good episode of Ring of Honor. I honestly think this might be the last of the tapings, maybe, because I said that 2 weeks ago and it actually wasn't. But like I said, I see the changes that they're making. However, we still have a long way to go. Up next, we had KM versus Preston Vance. Preston, if you need a manager or something, give me a call. Preston, he looks great here. KM is big dude, so I thought this was a really great opponent for Preston. This was after the match he had with Rush. I don't know if y'all remember when Rush whooped his ass on Collision. So I think he was, the next day he was at the taping, and you see he has like the big cut on his forehead, some bruising from that match that he had with what's his name, Rush. What was the night before during that time, but it was a taping. He looked really great. But there's something still missing here. He maybe a manager maybe that's what he needs. He needs something. I can't pinpoint it. But I thought he looked great. But if he really wants to get people behind him, something else. But whatever it is, don't wear the mask again at all. After this, we have the Spanish Announce Project, which is Serpentico and Angelico with Fuego del Sol versus Local Talent once again. Oh god. Spanish Announce Project take the win. This was good, but it was just like something about it. The predictability kind of killed it for me. We gotta do better. Speaking of another really great match, we have a Local Talent again versus AR Fox and Commander. And real talk, they actually was a really great team. I didn't, man, Commander, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's talented. But him and AR Fox made a really great team. A really great tag team match that we have here. I really do feel like we need to see more of AR Fox doing singles matches for real. Super talented guy, doesn't get enough recognition. I don't think I know he's a trainer. He trains a lot of wrestlers that you guys see in the ring, but it in terms of him having his getting his own flowers and doing it big in the business, he can be definitely doing more, and especially starting off in Ring of Honor. Super talented. They dropped the ball on him before when him and Swerve was doing the whole mobile embassy thing. And he's one of those guys that I would love to hear more from. I don't even know what AR Fox sound like, for real. And I would like to see more. AR Fox, Commander takes the win. Predictable. Don't care for that. Main event. Lio Rush, Rocky Romero, so good. Oh my god, the chemistry was just great between the two of them, and I kept thinking, okay, Rocky got this in the bag. I really did enjoy the chemistry between the two of them. For me though, Lio Rush, I feel like since he's been back with AEW, we've seen he's working hard. He is fucking, man, you see the confidence with him in the ring. He loves what he does, and he's really enjoyable to watch. He had that match with Jackson Perry last night on Dynamite, which was interesting. I know a lot of people was just like, well, where did you get this title shot from? Who the fuck knows? But this match here with Rocky was great. I was very disappointed to see him take the win with a fucking splash. I felt like after everything that they went through with each other in the ring tonight, why would we go with a splash for a win? Frog splashes or any type of splash, I don't know, especially from a little guy onto a bigger guy, is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. There's still that, like I always say, like I feel like wrestlers need to have several different finishers to use on different types of wrestlers. Like y'all can't just be using a Leo Rush a splash on just anybody, especially wrestlers that are bigger than him, and just take the win. I mean, I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that at all. Overall, really great episode of Ring of Honor. I do think, once again, I would say this might be the last of the taping from Arlington. And then we'll see how they do after that. I think they made really great use of all their time in Texas, and I really did appreciate that. I didn't even know we got like 5-6 weeks of wrestling from all that taping. Lord have mercy. Like, I've seen like so much wrestling within like the past 2 months or whatever. It's absolutely insane, and I love it. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with a review on Rampage. Bye.